Alright, what's up everybody? Let's take a look at this video from the Naruto Mobile Game featuring Neji Hyuga of the Hyuga clan. Now, I have a video coming out soon breaking down Neji's actual fighting style and all that stuff that comes with that. But I came across this video in my research and I thought I would share it with y'all as kind of like a preview of sorts. Now, Neji's style is normally Baguazhang, so it's not kind of Kung Fu / Wing Chun based. I guess Baguazhang is Kung Fu, but it's not Wing Chun based like this particular ad is going to depict Neji. But I thought it actually played really well into his actual style. But anyway, I wanted to take a look at it, break it down a little bit, and then we can go into the dojo and see how we can apply some of the stuff that we see in this in our actual training. All right. Now, it starts here in this traditional Baguazhang stance, and then it goes right into the Mukjang. Now, he's doing just a lot of the traditional movements here, just kind of one hit. That was a multi-hit. He's got some multi-hits now. And that ending right there was very much so similar to, like, the ending of number 4. And now he goes into actual shadow boxing with the Wing Chun. Very Ip Man inspired, you could tell. But I think it really plays well into his actual, you know, fighting style in the anime. Now, what really blew me away was this scene here. Oh man, that was so cool. Alright, let's rewind it back to that particular scene. So here it starts off with some Dan Chi Sao, pulling, kind of just staying connected. Then both hands come into play for regular rolling hands Chi Sao. Getting the legs into play here. He's starting to get the better of his, you know, his self-image. But this here, I loved, because this is in our JKD Concepts program, where we get the parry, the split entry, boom, to the 1-inch punch. I thought it was super cool and wanted to share with you. Let's take a look here back at the wooden dummy set, but we're going to slow it way down. And we're going to mute it because it sounds awful like that. But here we can see he's got the bong sao right here. He's going for basically one hit at a time, which is okay. That's okay. And he's getting the angles, which is really important. We want to talk about that. Low bong sao there. And then there's the like Pak Hawang Jern Jik Dum Tech. Now he's getting both hands into play, which is more of that actual trapping, like parrying and hitting his Lin Silda. And like I said, this here is at the end of form number 4. When he goes for the Tak Sao there, again, he's interrupted by his shadow, I guess shadow warriors in his brain. But one thing that I thought was really cool about this particular sequence, besides, you know, it being Wing Chun when Neji doesn't do Wing Chun, I just thought it was cool. But let's take a look at this particular, like, training methodology, using the wooden dummy, then using shadow boxing, and using that self-image, and then apply it to some actual training and some actual techniques that we get to see on display. Do you know what sucks? Is when you go and film a bunch of stuff, but your mic's not actually hooked up. So that's what we have here. So I'm going to try and narrate this as best as I can as I freestyle on the dummy bit. We're going to kind of do a little bit of a guided tour here, but let's get started. So what I'm doing here is our form number 3. It starts off with 3 inside Pak Saos, an outside Pak Sao to a slap pull punch, just like that. Ends with a Gong Sao, a Hun Sao with a Dempsey shift, and then ends there. So 3 inside Pak Saos, but notice my elbows there are really wide. We don't want that. We want our elbows low. I learned this from one of my friends recently, and I really like the application. As Wing Chun, you keep your elbows in, and this just seems to be way more applicable. Especially, watch how I rotate my body with my elbow down. Boom, boom, boom. And then I can do the outside slap, pull, punch, and then again, going to the other side, and then finishing the form. But if my elbows are wide, I don't get that power, but I can get my body behind it with the elbows down. So you could try this form out as I become excommunicado for sharing the form. And then notice on that Taksao, not lifting up, but lifting in. Now from here, I'm just kind of freestyling a little bit onto the dummy. A lot of times you can kind of, if you have a dummy and you are lucky enough to have one, you can kind of work that little Gong Sao to the inside position like I was showing just there, and the inside to the other position, just like Neji did. And this move here I really liked. You'll kind of go here from the Tan Sao, which I just did. Tan Sao. So I'm going Tan Sao, Hada with the Jigdum Tech to the leg. And I can do that off the Bong Sao there. So Bong Sao, Tan Sao, Ha Wang Jern, Jigdum Tech, which means the little punch low and the weird little oblique kick there. Now, skipping here, this is a really interesting sequence. So this is Malik and I's first time doing Chi Sao together. Malik did Chi Sao, Wing Chun, excuse me, as a kid. And here I'm kind of showing how not to do Chi Sao or Fan Sao. Make sure, again, that the elbows are inside. And my Bong Sao is driving forward, as is my other hand with the raising hand there on his Bong Sao, my driving forward. He's just kind of asked him to show me what he knows, if he remembers anything, and he remembers this little Lop Sao punch there, which I thought was pretty cool. So I have the same sector, and I do a Pak Sao from there. So when he goes under, he pulls, and then when I go under, I will Pak Sao. He stole it from me there, but so I'm going to do it again here. So as soon as I go under, I did the Lop Sao there, but you can do a Pak Sao from there as well. And this is just many of the examples like you can get with your friends. Just kind of have major checkpoints in. Make sure your elbows are down. If you notice, our pressure is kind of going forward, and you can just play around. That's what makes it fun. So our pressure is going forward as we're going back and forth, elbows pointing down. Now learning Chi Sao online, like through what Ron Balicki offers on his Mars Online or other places, is very hard because you don't get the energy. Because here I'm trying to get a certain response out of him, and I couldn't tell him how to do that otherwise without showing him. Now what I'm doing is from my progression, or our progression here, is what we call Dan Chi Sao inside of Chi Sao. So I'm going to go for the slap to the face. He does a Jut Sao to a punch, and I do a Bong Sao counter. So watch again here. I go there, I try to touch him, and it kind of messes up there. But that's okay. So we're isolating now the Dan Chi Sao, or the single-handed Chi Sao. So watch. He's going to try and palm me in the face, and I Jut Sao him away. So he goes to palm, and I Jut Sao down, and I punch, and he Bong Sao. So this is the Dan Chi Sao inside of the double Chi Sao, or the Xiong Chi Sao, which doesn't make any sense, but you know, it is what it is. So that's me trying to speak a language I don't actually speak. So here's me going on the inside here. So he has the Fuk Sao, Malik has the Fuk Sao, I have the Tan Sao. I go for the slap to the face. He Jut Saos my hand down, and then I Bong Sao his punch. This is the first one we do in terms of Dan Chi Sao progression. And see, he's getting it. Now, one thing I'm talking about is with my Bong Sao. See how my Bong Sao drives forward? So when he punches, I don't bend my arm like now. If I bend my arm there, the structure gets broken, and I can't drive him back. So when he's here and he goes, look at how I'm pushing him backwards with the Bong Sao. His punch will miss, and my Bong Sao will push his hand up and over him. And Malik's just confirming that. I consider it like screwing in a light bulb. So boom, boom, and see how he knocks backwards? And that's what you want with your Bong Saos. Your Bong Saos are strong when your friend starts going backwards. So here we're doing double inside Dan Chi Sao, which is silly. It's a really kind of simple thing. We both basically just do, a Jut Sao to a punch. So Jut Sao, punch, and he does Jut Sao as well. And I'm just correcting him there. He wants to Fuk Sao. So Jut Sao, there. So it's just kind of a little sequence frozen in time there, and whoop, there's the cool little Hun Sao. I'm not going to teach that to him yet. This is his first time doing it in a while. I'm just kind of playing around here. So again, now we're going to go outside to outside. That was inside to inside. That's outside to outside. So yeah, and he's telling me like what energy he feels. And then you have the Lop Sao there. Now when you do the Lop Sao, you have the slap to the face. He doesn't want to get slapped, so he'll Tan Sao. From the Tan Sao, he'll punch, and I'll Bong Sao, and then we both reset. So Lop Sao, slap the face, he goes to punch me, and I Bong Sao. Lop Sao, slap the face. He punches. I bung sao. Now, I'll do it again. And that's it. He's going to try it now. So he pulls. He's going to slap my face. I'm going to tan sao with the movement. And then I go to punch. And he can tan sao that. But he should bung sao it for right now. This is just one of our progressions. This is what kind of like free-flowing with it is. I'm just kind of showing it. Let me know if you want more videos like this. It's just kind of put together a little haphazardly since I did not have good audio on this. But yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe. And let me know if you want more content like this. Especially since somebody apparently broke my wooden dummy and didn't tell me. I have 2 of them. And look at what happened to the leg of the other one. I'm so sad.